What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? Where's your logic when I flow? Big Komodo, how it's talking.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast, you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
Smell of victory is still in the air. It's fucking amazing. Look at the smell of victory. 6 a.m, police at my door. You don't know about that song, but 6 a.m. Why you smoke a cigar at 6 a.m, coach? Because I can. What up? We're in the building. Feels good to be American again. Shout out to everybody in America, excluding Hamas and all them. Let's get them out. But look, we're here today. God bless America. We are here. We didn't get banned. We didn't get silenced. We didn't get quiet. We didn't get canceled. Shout out to all you guys, man. It is Truth Telling Thursday. We tell the truth every day on this show, but it's Truth Telling Thursday. So let's get after it. We got a lot to discuss. Smitty's down for a week, man. We got Steve Kim joining me today. Smitty's down for about a week or until next Wednesday, I believe, on assignment at Fox. So that's no lie. So, I mean, what the fuck I got to lie for? What think I would lie? I'll tell you straight up. If I'm missing, I don't know. He had Fox, though. So let's get into it. We got a lot to discuss. This show is powered by BetUS. Head on over to BetUS today and use the promo code CoachJB. Get you a 150% bonus today. We got a lot to discuss, man. It is a Thursday night Amazon Prime maybe, hopefully. The gods have been good this week. It's the best game we've seen on Amazon Prime, hopefully. So we're going to dive into that today. We got a lot to discuss. It'll be a shorter show today, just giving you a heads up, because it'll be rapid fire 2 straight hours. I probably won't even take a break, or maybe we'll take one little break. Steve Kim joins us because I got a bunch of shit to do, and I got people here at the house working, so I got to run out of here. So I want to forward and ahead of time let you know. But we'll end it a little bit early, just a little bit early. I'll still give you the realest banter on Planet ERF. You'll still get a few hours plus of me. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member today. America is red. We are red. We're on fire. Woo, shit. I told people California is turning red. Nobody want to believe me. California is red. I am the loudest voice in America who doesn't vote. Evan Volpe. I'm the loudest motherfucker. I told you. I won the Super Bowl without doing shit. I'm Patrick Mahomes, Evan Volpe. I don't need to do shit. I could throw bubble screen. I could shovel pass to Kelsey. I could smoke a stick. And I could fucking underhand some shit. I could fucking left hand some shit. I just fucking walk around. Fucking Mahomes shit. I could do all the shit and win a Super Bowl. I don't got to do shit. 180 yards in one game. 191 in the other. Fucking no touchdowns in one. Throw 3 picks in another one. Get blown up. Get beat. And win. I don't got to do nothing. Come on, man. That was my Super Bowl, Evan Volpe. Thanks for being here, though. You fucking dick rider. The red state of California, the state of California is red, contrary to belief. You motherfuckers don't want to believe it, though. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's red. You don't believe me. I'm telling you, it's red as fuck. People don't realize. So I may throw my hat in the governor's hat. I might throw it in there. A lot of people want me to. A lot of people want me to, contrary to belief. We'll see. Get Trump to back it. Hey, Trump, let's go. Talking shit about Governor Newsom anyway. So fuck it. We might do it. We'll see. If everybody in this chat, regardless of your feelings for me, if I ran for governor today, just drop a yes or a no, you would vote for me, Coach JB. Drop it in the chat. I'll run for governor in California, and then I'll flip it red. And then Keith Smith, you are fucked. Keith Smith, you're fucked. Brandon Watley, you are fucked. Hell yeah, John from Syracuse, come on through. And then we'll try to flip New York next. Yes, Nico. Who the fuck you think recruited him? Stop asking the same question before I block your ass. God damn. Go Google a fucking something. Go read a book or something. Shit, man. I got 28 of them in the NFL. Go find the other 27 and come back and tell me who they are. Motherfucker. Let's get into the show, man. Powered by BetUS. The AFC North showdown tonight. Ravens versus Bengals. Listen, man, it is a must-win for the Bengals, sitting at 4-5. And in November is usually when they make their run. The Ravens have a bad pass defense. Obviously, trading for a Rams DB over the trade deadline yesterday to help shore up that back row, especially before tonight's game against probably the best pure passer in football right now in Joe Burrow. The Bengals average more points when they lose than any other team in football. 26 points a game when they lose. When the Bengals win, they're up over 32 points a game. The Ravens can't stop the pass, and Burrow may be having one of the best seasons quietly in the NFL. No one's talking about him in the MVP conversation because they're 4-5. The Bengals have to win tonight to keep hope alive. And if they do, Joe Burrow will get back into the MVP discussion. Make no mistake about it. On the other side of the field, possibly the leading MVP candidate, Lamar Jackson, dominates Burrow head-to-head. He's 9-2 versus Burrow all time. Burrow has more to play for tonight, but Lamar needs to keep the foot on the gas as they are trying to get where Burrow has been, a Super Bowl. But what do I know? Let's dive into it, man. It's Truth Telling Thursday. Joe Burrow and the Bengals take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in Baltimore tonight. Could be a little gloomy and wet on Thursday Night Football. Kirk Herbstreit calling that game. Shout out to him and Ben, his dog. T's and P's up for him and Big Ben to get better. Coach Prime says, what I'm seeing right now is a playoff team during Colorado practice this week. We'll dive into that. TJ Too Nasty in the chat gets his dream. I'm going to talk about Angel Reese, as she says she's disappointed in America after Donald Trump wins the U.S. election just a couple months ago. She also said she's not educated enough to comment on Kamala Harris, but now she's educated enough to comment that she's disappointed in America. Make it make sense. How about you just put a G-string on and shut the fuck up? Florida quarterback DJ Lagway practiced Wednesday as he continues to work his way back from a hamstring injury. To Steve Kim's point, seemed like he got shot from the grassy knoll last week and had to be carted off in the ambulance, hamstring, boot cast, airlifted, and now he's okay? Holy shit, are your generation soft? You motherfuckers soft as baby shit, boys. God, boys are now girls. Let's get into this show, man. So glad Trump won. Hopefully boys will be boys again. Girls will be girls again. Brittany Griner would stay in Russia again. Angel Reese would shut the fuck up again. The WNBA would be not relevant again. Holy shit, man. Let's get into the quote of the day, man. We got a lot to discuss here today. Let me retweet something real quick. Get this act going. Let's get to the quote of the day. Brought to you by BetUS. What up, what up, what up? I'm here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is our proud new sponsor, the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace. BetUS. Head on over there, baby. Right now today. Also, head on over to Skybox Tickers. If you got a man cave, skyboxsports.com. Head on over there. Use my promo code CoachJB. Quote of the day. People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Quote of the day. Yes, sir. People who are just crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do. Fucking right they do. They got no fear. Get rid of it. Shit. Change the world. I might run for governor. Shit. I'm crazy enough. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the promo code CoachJB. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Contrary to belief. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Contrary to belief. You will put it in existence. You will think you're wrong and never can do it. You can think you're right and can do it. It's up to you. Contrary to belief. The mind's a terrible thing. Keith. You can lose 400 pounds. Think it into existence. You can lose those titties. Put it in the world. But I can't eat. I can't lose those titties. I can't. I need Jack in the Box. I need In-N-Out. I need Cane's every day. I need Chick-fil-A. Your mind's telling you you're going to be a fat fuck your rest of your life, Keith. Tell yourself you can get rid of those cookie pop nipples. Poll question. We might do a poll question with some fans today. I might take you guys a little call in. I'll get you guys some call in, but we'll do that later. We might do some factor cap with you live calling in. Maybe we'll do that today. Poll question. Can Joe Burrow win the MVP starting with a win tonight? Can Joe Burrow win the MVP Bailey, I don't know if you have his stats compared to other years, but he's quietly having a great year. Having a great year. One of his best years. He's just 4-5. Offensively, the Bengals are as good as anybody. Can they stop somebody? Because on offense, the Bengals are the business. But can they stop somebody to help him get back into the MVP candidacy? He's a little bit low on the betting side of things, but obviously, numbers-wise, he's pretty well off. I think he's thrown 3 or 4 touchdowns for 4 or 5 times this year, more than any other person in the NFL. Lamar's not playing better. D. Jones. Fact. I don't know if you know fact or cap, but it's fact that Burrow's playing better than Lamar. Lamar has a better team right now, which makes Lamar look better. Let me ask you something, D. Jones, real quick. Is Patrick Mahomes playing better than Lamar, Burrow, Josh Allen? No, he's not. Stop. But he's the leading MVP candidate right now. Patrick Mahomes leads the MVP candidacy right now. And he ain't playing close to any of those guys. Let's just be honest. But D. Jones is in the house representing Smitty. All love. I wouldn't argue Mahomes is not more clutch. He might be more clutch. But where's Goff at in the consideration of things? Where is Jared Goff's name at? Aren't they probably playing better than anybody in the NFL as a team? And yet I don't hear his name at all. Why is that? Why don't I hear Jared Goff's name? I think Burrow can, because Burrow's that name. He has that name that carries. So I think he can get back into consideration of MVP, but they got to win a big game. They got to win a game. They had an opportunity to make some sense, make a dent by beating the Eagles. Couldn't get that done. Tonight is the other night they have. They have to beat the Ravens tonight. And here's the odds, man. We want to talk a little betting real quick. Lamar's 9-2 versus Burrow. Do you bet against Lamar tonight if you're a bettor? 9-2. The odds are stacked against Burrow and the Bengals. The bet would probably be the over-under. The Ravens' pass defense is horrific. The Bengals' pass offense is the best. Fire and water. The over-under is probably the best pick, going over 52. This is not the Ravens' defense of the past. I'm just telling you, this defense is not that good, contrary to all your beliefs out there. The Ravens' offense is better, I believe, with Lamar under center. But the money is on the Bengals. The money is taking the Bengals straight up money line. I'm taking the Bengals tonight. I'm just telling you right now. November is when Burrow starts to cook. And I believe the 2 wins versus the Ravens are in November, early November, and I'm sticking with that. I'm going with the Bengals tonight, just on GP. We'll ask Steve Kim what he thinks, but I'm going to go with Burrow and the Bengals to get it done in Baltimore tonight, to get his 3rd win against Baltimore. I'm just going to go with them. I'm telling you right now. I just told you why. Sugar on the rim, please, or whatever the fuck your name is. What are you talking about? Holy shit, man. Fuck are you talking about? I just told you why. I just broke down the whole fucking reason why. I just actually did it for 7 minutes. The fuck are you doing? You're thumbing your ass? Let's see if I can pull up some film real quick. Let me see if I got some Ravens-Bengals film here before we move on. Let me just get it ready so we can show it later on. I'll show a little bit with Steve Kim. And by the way, my power went out yesterday, so if you saw the abrupt ending to the show, I'm glad Bailey held it down with Coach Fred because my shit ended. And I was over here like, fuck, who shot ya? Okay, I got this. Okay, so I got that. And then I got that. And then let me get this really quick. Got to see if I got any Burrow film. We'll see though. I'll get it. We got Baltimore film though. We got Baltimore film. It doesn't matter if I lose money tonight. I'm gonna bet, and scared money don't make money. It is what it is. And by the way, I got money to lose. You don't. Let's dive into this thing, man. We got some things to discuss real quick. What we're going to do is something fun for you guys real quick because I'm going to piss off KCBD and all you fucking Chief Queendom dick riders. And why not? Why not piss you off? Why not? We're going to do a 2017 NFL redraft with Patrick Mahomes at number 1. Oh, shit. Where you at, KCBD? Let's talk about this. 2017 NFL redraft brought to you by the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Patrick Mahomes goes 1 to Cleveland. That makes you sick, huh, KCBD? Because right now you would never even know who Patrick Mahomes fucking was. You would hopefully know who his mom was because she voted for Trump. But you wouldn't know fucking anybody else other than his weirdo brother and daddy with DUI after DUI and the daddy and the brother being a fucking weirdo grabbing ass in a bar. You wouldn't know shit else about Patrick Mahomes. He would be fucking nobody. He would be an absolute bubble screen throwing motherfucking nobody. And you know it, and I know it. And stop with the cap, as you would say. Patrick Mahomes would be an absolute fucking nobody, and you damn well know it. So stop. Don't try to say, oh, he would have Cleveland in 3 Super Bowls. No, he fucking wouldn't. And guess what? If he would have went to Chicago at 2, he would be an absolute fucking nobody too. He would be a nobody in Chicago as well. You would not know who Patrick Mahomes was. Stop it. If Patrick Mahomes went to the Jaguars, he'd be an absolute fucking nobody. If he would have went to Tennessee, nobody. If he went to the Jets, nobody. If he went to fucking the Carolina Panthers, nobody. He would be a nobody. He needs to be on his knees every single day praying to the gods that he got hooked up with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Stop. And you know goddamn well that's true. So Patrick Mahomes goes to Cleveland at 1. Where would Cleveland be is the question that I have to ask. Where would Cleveland be? They'd be right in Cleveland, the fucking shit-ass whole town, and not doing shit. They'd be the same Cleveland Browns they are today. Fact or cap? Keith said, Mahomes with Chubb and Cooper. Quit capping. God damn, homie. Keith, fuck. You shit me. Are you shitting me? You think that was going to get him over the hump? Chubb's been hurt more than he's played. Fucking Cooper's not even there. What the fuck we talking about, Keith? God. Anyway, Cleveland would be the same Cleveland. Maybe you think they'd have 1 playoff win? You think he could have did at least what Baker got? You think he could have got at least a 1 playoff win like Baker Mayfield? I've been trying to tell you about. I've been the only one talking about Mahomes for the last 5 years. Only motherfucker that's against the grain. Only one out there. Keep it real. The only one. But what do I know? And now this year you're starting to see people call it out. Like, oh my goodness, why does he look so pedestrian? Why does Mahomes look like he's so average? Because he is fucking average. He's on a fucking incredible team with an incredible coach. Sorry, it happens. It happens. It happens. Tom Brady wasn't God's gift to quarterbacks. He didn't have a strong-ass arm and big-time fucking athlete. He had the right coach on the right team and the right system for a long time in the worst division, the AFC East, for 20 years. Name me another deep playoff run team in the AFC East during Tom Brady's fucking era. The Jets beat him one time, went to the playoffs twice, and other than that, the Bills were non-existent. The Miami Dolphins were horrific, and that's all they did. They beat up on a bunch of nobodies. Now, fast forward 20 years, and what does the Kansas City Chiefs do? They beat up on a bunch of nobodies in the worst division in football, the AFC West, for the last 5-6 years. Sorry to tell you the truth, Kansas City Chiefs Queendom fans, but it is. And it doesn't matter who tells it. The truth is the truth. And that is the truth. Stop. It is what it is. Yeah, I know shit the Chiefs defense won Super Bowls. We know that. Two things can be true. All right, bring it back up, Bailey. Let's go to the next one. TJ Watt going to Chicago. He would have been wasted. He'd be a fucking regular defensive guy that dominates football like fucking Max Crosby being wasted in Vegas. This is what TJ Watt would be. TJ Watt would dominate on his side of the ball. He would dominate offensive line, and he would be fucking pissed off at life because the Chicago Bears are a horrific organization at this point, and he has no shot at getting to the playoffs, and he would be trying to get out of there by now. But he's a loyal dude, hardworking dude. He'd probably stay put and be in Chicago and try to get back to the 85-led defense by Mike Singletary, Richard Dent, and them. But knowing that wouldn't happen because they just don't get it in free agency and they don't understand how to actually draft properly over there for some reason, TJ Watt would be fucking in shambles. And hopefully he would be healthy and upright because he'd be getting double teamed all goddamn day because Chicago don't have anybody else. So don't like that move. I'm glad TJ is where he is. Christian McCaffrey would have got picked up by Frisco, played right up the street at the Bay in Stanford. Here's the only scenario that we could talk about with this. He's there now, obviously, and he's going to play this weekend is from what I'm hearing. We'll find out tomorrow from Dr. Jesse Morse. But would his career have been prolonged and would he have less injuries if he would have went straight to Frisco? But remember, when he got drafted by Frisco, when he would have got drafted in 17, where was Frisco at? They weren't what they were the last few years. Let's be honest. They weren't where they were the last few years. So injuries are injuries. I'm not going to say he wouldn't have been injury prone, but would Frisco have protected him a little better than Carolina? Remember, when he was on Carolina from 17, 18, 19, they weren't that horrible like they are right now either. Bailey, what was Carolina's record during his run? I think they were actually decent, right? They were actually okay. I think Greg Olsen was on that team. They had a few legit roster guys. They weren't that bad. And then Frisco in 17 and 18. 11-5 for Carolina. They were a playoff team. I mean, it wasn't a bad job Carolina getting him early. But the Niners, what were the Niners at that time? At 17, 18. I don't believe they're still going to have 10, 11 wins, but they weren't as good as they are right now as far as Super Bowl teams. Harbaugh left. The Niners were 6-10. They were going through coaching change. That was the Kaepernick shit era after Harbaugh left. So, I mean, would he have stayed upright in Frisco on a 6-10 team? I don't know. Who knows? But I think it worked out for the player now. It worked out for the best. Myles Garrett goes to the Jags. Wasted. D. Jones, wasted. He's wasted. Cornhole, shut the fuck up. Why are you here then, bitch? God damn, you're a nobody. Go away then. Now I'm not going to get a co-host. Now I'm going to be a solo the rest of the time. Now I'm going to stay solo the rest of the time. So you get the fuck out. You fucking bitch. God. Some of you guys have nothing else to do. You get no pussy. You got no money. You Uber everywhere. You drive, and then you go rent a car to drive for Uber Eats. Make it make sense. This motherfucker rents a car so he can go drive for Uber Eats. That's cornhole. And then he goes home to his mama and then has to take the rental car back and have his mama follow him and then pick him up and bring him back to the house. And then he has Uber Eats delivered. What are we talking about here? Well, I'm sitting on the yacht smoking six, getting my dick sucked. There's a seemingly different world we live in, cornhole. Just so we're clear. There's a little bit different of a world we live, cornhole. You get pegged by dudes. I get fucking AEs. There's a huge difference in you and I. You'd already been dead, cornhole. Shut up. You'd already be fucking in a 6 feet deep. Stop. We know better, cornhole. We know who you are. You're a nobody. But I like my nobodies trying to be somebodies. I like my nobodies. What'd you do your job for, cornhole? I'm solo today. I have time. I can actually talk to the nobodies, you fucking dumbass. I have time today. What are you talking about? I can talk to you today, cornhole. I can make you a somebody today, cornhole. So you can go and tell all your homies and friends, I talked to JB today. I got under his skin. No, you didn't. Your content. Your content today. John Dow, give me $5,000. I'll bring you on the boat today. Give me $5,000. We'll go out on the boat. George Kittle. Now we're talking. Tight end. No, you'd have been fucked in Tennessee. Cooper Kupp. No, fucked into New York. Alvin Kamara with the Chargers. Now we're talking. The Chargers were pretty good. The Chargers were pretty good for a while. I like that move right there. Kamara wishes he was with the Chargers right now. I'll tell you that. Deion Dawkins. What is he doing now? What is Deion Dawkins doing now is my question. I think that would have been it doesn't matter where Deion Dawkins would have got drafted, in my opinion. He's a guy that plays. He's not a guy that's going to be an impact. So he's gonna be really good. Where's Deion right now? Anyone know?
That's the left tackle of the Bills.
Hold on, baby. I can't hear you. Let me turn my shit on. Where's he at?
That's the left tackle of the Bills.
Is he still there?
Yeah, big 73. Played under Rule at Temple.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a pretty decent place to go, I guess. Marshawn Lattimore. I like where he's at right now, though. Woo! Washington, they're going to be a playoff team. Trey Hendrickson would have been good for the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Kansas City Chiefs at that time were shitty. So, see what I'm saying? The draft all matters, man. Draft all matters where you go because quarterbacks have come and gone and died. Guys we thought were Heisman and MVP candidates have died in the NFL when they go to shitty teams. Look at Sam Darnold now. He's not playing for 6 different head coaches, 8 different OCs, and he's, guess where? Guess what he's doing? He is in a system that's conducive for success, and he gets to show off his arm. He gets to show off his talent that none of you all saw. None of you saw it because he was with bad organizations and he got drafted by bad fucking organizations. That's period what it is. So, it is what it is. Let's dive into this Steve Kerr shit, man. Because Steve Kerr, I got something to tell you. Now listen, real quick. I posted a little video last night, or retweeted a little deal last night, and no shit, it was fake. But what he said wasn't, and there was a point to showing what I had to say. Now let's talk about what he actually said. I love when you guys say JB got whatever the fake account is. You got trolled accounted or whatever the fuck you guys call it out there. I don't give a fuck. Are you shitting me? You think I give a fuck? Do you really think I'm going to go delete it now? Because it was a fake account? Bailey, pull it up. What this fuck had to say.
Well, I mean, I believe in democracy, and I think the American people have spoken and voted for Trump, and I want him to do well the next 4 years. I want our country to do well. So I'm just thankful that there wasn't any voting fraud this time. You know, it's last time, I mean, all those illegal immigrants who crashed the border and raped and murdered people and then voted 6 times. That was unfortunate, but thankfully this time everything was clean. So it's great that every election has been really valid, except for that last one 4 years ago. So twinkle in my eye as I say that, in case you couldn't see it.
Michael Jordan made you, motherfucker. Let's just be real. You are nobody besides him. Then Steph Curry and Klay Thompson made you a coach. Let's stop it. Stop the cap, as you guys say. Luke Walton lost 1 game as an interim head coach, motherfucker. Just so we're clear. You had the best team in basketball, plug and play. I would have went there and lost 1 game or 2. Hey, Steph, throw it to Klay. He's in the corner. Hit it. Let's go home. I don't need to coach that team back then. Luke Walton did it. Luke Walton's been fired by every organization since. But all of a sudden, he was a fucking coach of the year under your ass when you supposedly had back problems. Listen, man, we got to let me center myself real quick and be honest. We got to stop with the hypocrisy. And this is what I'm saying. Don't talk about politics as a sports guy and then come out and say I'm a sports guy and I don't talk about politics. It makes 0 sense. Stop saying let's keep politics out of sports when we have sports heads like Steve Kerr and Popovich talking about politics. If you're going to talk about politics, then we're going to talk about sports. And sports people are going to get talked about when it comes to politics. So stop telling me, keep it out of sports, JB. But then it's okay for Kerr to do what he does. And as he said, I got a twinkle in my eye because there was no voter fraud. No, there actually still was voting fraud. But it was just so dominant of a election that they couldn't try to fake it twice. Steve Kerr, twinkle in your eye, motherfucker. That's the truth. But see, we don't want to talk about it. And the truth is, Steve Kerr, you probably know a bunch of people at the Diddy party. So that's just what it is. It is what it is, though. We'll go for that, and it is what it is. Can I give you the truth assessment of what it is, though? Let me be really honest. Popovich, Steve Kerr, these other talking white coaches, do you really think they're going to go in to a 99% black played sport like basketball or football? Do you really think you're going to get the coach to come out there and say, I couldn't be happier that Trump won today? Do you really think it, with all this bullshit BS in the air, that Trump's a racist and that the right conservative wing guys are all racist? That's all they could do. By the way, I don't know if you realize this in the history of law in history, slavery was created by who? Does anyone know? Oh, the Democrats. And Republicans did what? Oh, abolished it. But now you still want to say that we're the racists on the right, not the left. Ignorance is life-threatening. You should go read a book. You really should. Because these motherfuckers haven't. They haven't read a book. And that's the problem. That's just the truth. Of course, it's not quite true, Hoffman. I'm sure it's not, because it doesn't fit your narrative, right? I love when they say it's not quite true, but okay. That means you don't fucking know anything about anything, and you just want to make sure it fits your narrative because you have no facts to back it up. Like, I can just sit here and talk about the history of fucking anything I want because I'm that motherfucker. And you're sitting there Googling shit trying to figure out what it really means. And then you're going to come back and say, well, it's not really true, but okay. Because you don't know shit and you don't have anything to back it up. It's all started in the ME. God. Who told you that? Your history teacher in Baltimore? Who told you that? Who lied to you? Who lied to you? Who lied to you? Can I ask you guys in the chat real quick? Can I ask you guys in the chat real quick? When it comes to real estate and the demographic within it, who put that into play? Why are projects all in black neighborhoods? I don't know if you realize that. I want to ask you guys who put that in play. Democrats or Republicans? I want to ask you. And then there was a narrative. There was a narrative that came out years ago. And then they said that the Republicans were the rich Beverly Hills ran people, and they were the white collar, and that they put blacks and projects in those situations and in those certain demographics. Well, it's not true. The Democrats did it. And they control the real estate market by controlling certain areas, by putting these people here and those people there. And then they say that the white people are rich, they sit on the hill, and the black people are down here in the fucking project. The Democrats did it. Go check it out. Go look it up. Why now, all of a sudden, is the left the ones with the money and the right are the ones struggling and broke? Go ask yourself that question. I want to wait. I'll wait. When before it used to be the right was so rich and so wealthy and the left were broke and blue collar. That's what I was. I was blue collar broke growing up. That's when it was the Democrat Party. Now it's not. It's fucking so far left that it's not even a party anymore. Compton was all white. Compton was Beverly Hills when my dad was growing up. Contrary to belief. Compton was Beverly Hills growing up. You should go read my book. I have some great stories in there. Compton was Beverly Hills, and then Compton became what it is now. Go check it out. Compton was Beverly Hills of California. I'm just throwing you out there real quick. You should go check it out. Compton was Beverly Hills. Woodsey, you fucking idiot. Were you around? Do you know? By the way, Compton was also a cow town. Compton was a cow town, and Compton still has a huge cow portion of the city. Go check it out, right by the LA River. Compton was the richest part of California at one point. Why do you think Marilyn Monroe is from there? And John Wayne and fucking Kevin Costner and a million other motherfuckers. Compton. Compton in the house. You motherfuckers have no idea. You have no clue about real shit that happened. But then guess what happened? Why is it that when the brothers in Compton were forced to leave, and that's why Compton now is more brown than black, FYI, go do some research. Compton's not a black city anymore. It is a brown city. It started this in the late 90s. It started to go from straight black to brown. But anyway, what do I know? Why is it that brothers was pushed out to Moreno Valley, Palmdale, Lancaster, North Vegas? But what do I know? Why were they pushed out? And then what happened when National Guard went into the Nickerson Gardens. The National Guard goes into the Nickerson Gardens and tries to relocate project babies to Lancaster and Palmdale. Victorville, another one. Why is that? Do you think it was the right that did that? You're out of your fucking mind. Go do some fucking research and read a book and come back and holler at me, especially when it comes to hoods in California. None of you can fuck with me. Stop. Anyway, history lesson's over. Let's get back to football. Let's talk about Prime and Deion Sanders real quick and what he had to say about his Colorado Buffs.
What I'm seeing right now is a playoff team. What I'm seeing right now is hard work, is dedication, determination. What I'm seeing right now is probably about 2 guys on each side of this ball that's not going all out. And y'all need to check it. It's 9 that's got it. It's 9 that's going to get it. It's 9 that's preparing to win. Let's check that too. Great job thus far. Let's see if we can top that in the second half of practice, all right? Yes, sir. Break it down on 6-6.
Here we go.
I like his coaching right there. I actually do. Remember, coaching is teaching, though. And this is why I don't know if Deion can get over the hump as a coach, because he cannot teach anymore. And let me explain the differences, okay? Coaching is not telling, yelling, or otherwise. All you saw me on Netflix was yell at players, yell at coaches, blah, blah, blah. They didn't show me coach one time because it doesn't sell and it doesn't get attention. It doesn't sell and move the needle. It doesn't get Netflix clicks and likes. They don't want to see me coaching. That's why you really didn't see Buddy Stevens at East Mississippi coach. All you saw him do was yell. The fact of the matter is I was hands-on teaching every single day. Not only my coaches, but my players and everybody else. I like Deion, but Deion can't teach anymore. And let me explain the difference between teaching and coaching real quick. Coaching is just sitting there and telling people where to go and et cetera, et cetera. Teaching is telling you where to go and then showing you how to do it. Hopefully you heard what I just said and you listened. Deion, because of his ailment and health, cannot teach and show anymore. He can only hope to grab and hire great coaches who can teach and then use his face and mouthpiece to get the best player. I don't know how long-lived that will be anymore. I don't know how long that can last anymore. And I'm glad Hoffman and all these guys are saying shit after I've already said it, so they already know that I know more than them, so they should just shut the fuck up. So it's funny how you typing in shit while I'm already saying it. So you can hire all the coaches you fucking want, Hoffman, but you just heard what I said. It only is going to last so long. The head coach, the figurehead of the program, needs to be the teacher at all times. I need to teach my DC. I need to teach my OC. I need to teach my O-line. I need to teach my DB how to hip, turn, and run. How can I fucking teach my QB a 3-step drop? How can I show this? And he's a DB by nature. So he would be obviously like Nick Saban would be over there showing drills and doing drills. Okay. So that is my point. That's what I want to bring up. I love what he said. That's coaching right there. But it's not teaching. I just don't know how long this can last. That's my only point. We'll bring it up with Matt tomorrow. So Bailey, we can keep that for tomorrow. I'll bring that up with Matt and ask him what I just said and talk to him. They could be a playoff team though, because if they win out, hey, it is what it is. Only the people that say I'm hating are the people that actually never played, never coached, and have no clue what it takes to coach. And they're the ones that'll say I'm just hating. When I'm actually trying to give you imbeciles some insight as to what a coach really does. And instead of you listening, you'll just say I'm a hater because you're ignorant. And ignorance is life-threatening. That's why you'll live with your mom till you're 45 years old. You'll never get out of your house. You'll never have a real job, and you'll never have a real career. You'll have job to job to job. Remember, there's a difference between a job and a fucking career. A job is McDonald's. A career is going to be the CEO at fucking Dean Witter. There's a fucking difference, okay? Just so we're clear. You work jobs, motherfucker. You work jobs. Just so we're clear. But keep talking as if you know instead of listening like you have two fucking ears and one mouth. That's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Holy shit. I'll never forget how to coach. It's like fucking. You don't forget how to fuck, do you? Cope, did you forget how to fuck? Or are you still a virgin? I can show you. Bring your girl over, motherfucker. I'll show you what to do with her. You fucking nobody. God. Jesus Christ. Baby, let's do let's take a quick break so I can get a coffee and get my dogs fed real quick before Steve Kim jumps in. Yeah, let's do that. Lucy in the house. All you guys, shout out to all you guys. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 to go for a solid hour and plus with Steve Kim. So just hold up tight. Wait a minute. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Peace. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
oh, this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace. I got a
Here we go.
3-part segment. Today we're going to start the worst, because in my book, Hate Me Now, Love Me Later, I wrote what a fuck stick was, what a shitbird was, and what a slapdick is. You and I know what that is. Smitty knows what it is. Coaches know what it is. Maybe everyone else don't know. So today I got Coach JB's all shitbird team in the NFL. And we're going to do it. Let's bring it up. Here we go, Coach. Smitty, you be the voice of reason, Smitty. Read it off, Smitty.
All right,
This
you
is
got
our offense, okay? This is our offense.
Coach JB's all-shitbird team on the offense. At QB, he has Deshaun Watson. At his starting or at running backs, he have Kareem Hunt, Joe Mixon, and Alvin Kamara. At wideout, ironically, starting off, he has Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Rashee Rice, Zay Jones, and Jameson Williams. And in the O-line, he has Chukwuebuka Godric and Josh Seals.
And now, look, I couldn't find a lot of O-linemen that were still in the league, but those two shitbirds. By the way, there's a lot of Chiefs on that fucking deal. I don't know if you realize. A lot of Chiefs. But anyway, this is the offense, and I just use offensive players. I use wideouts and running backs, of course. If you ever put your hands on a female of some sort or a baby, you're on my list automatically. I'm just sorry. And half that fucking list did that. So that's number one. Number two is just how you act on the football field, not criminally, so to speak, just being the shitbird that you are. And then karma set in. Stephon Diggs, too bad you're hurt for the year, but you know what? 2024 is the karma year, Coach. I'm gonna be real.
Monday going in on that. I heard that.
Look at that. Look at the karma on this list. Look at Jameson Williams. He's out. Now he's got a warrant out for his arrest. I don't know if you've seen the latest video of him trying to hide his guns from the cops. You got Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice walks away. He got some karma. He's out. Fucking, we know what Kamara and Mixon's done. They're playing again, and Kareem Hunt's got a rejuvenated opportunity. Like you don't get these opportunities in the real world. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah.
All right, Smitty, real quick, your first thoughts just looking at my shitbird offense.
I mean, listen, am I surprised about people on this list? No, not at all. We talk about Deshaun Watson, Tyreek Hill, especially Stephon Diggs to exhaustion. I felt like you've called Stephon Diggs a shitbird more times than I can count.
Smitty, this is current players, so
yeah, for sure.
People are putting like fucking Richie Incognito. This is now.
Right,
this is
right.
current guys.
Now let me ask you this though. So what did Zay Jones do to get on the list? Like I don't know his background, huh?
Shit, Zay Jones has like 6 fucking things.
Really?
Strangled his girl, strangled his kids.
Okay. I didn't know his history. I didn't know his history. Okay.
Oh yeah, look up Zay Jones. That motherfucker's a shitbird. Yeah, Zay Jones is a shitbird. And then Jameson Williams. Even I did this list. I had to really research it to make sure I wanted to be real legit.
Yeah.
And then last night, Jameson Williams has another video pop out, and they're finding him hiding guns from cops and running and all this old shit. Look at this is new.
I didn't see the video. I did read the article. From what I read, they're investigating the cops because the cops let him off. It was him and his brother.
Yeah.
It was one gun that was registered to his brother, and that was good. That was legal.
And now they reissued a warrant.
They reissued the warrant because
the cops let him go, and now they
apparently the captain called the sergeant, and they was on the phone, and he's like, oh, so he's good to go, bet. And I think they knew who he was, Lions player, so they wouldn't let him off the hook. But now they're going back.
He might be done. Jameson Williams might be done, man. All right, let's go to the shitbird defense, Coach.
All right, here you go, man. Defense. At D-line, he has Von Miller, Mike Hall, Isaiah Buggs at linebacker.
Hey, a bunch of Chiefs, homie. The whole goddamn list is almost Chiefs.
Willie
We are back. We are back in the building. All right, no more politics. No more politics. It's all right. No more politics. Did he? Trump just beat one Arizona. That means Trump won every swing state. All right, no more politics. I told you California's red in a motherfucker. But no more politics. Trump just dominated battleground states and the swing states. Cristobal, now you can go. Get your bitch ass out of here. You think I'm going to fucking do what you want or say, motherfuckers? Now I'm going to talk about fucking Trump the whole fucking rest of the show. Don't trigger me, you fucking dumbass. Holy fuck, man. Do you think I give a fuck? God. Anyway, let me dive into something real quick that's not on the list I want to talk to you about. Why would the Dallas Cowboys, and listen, I want to be clear here and speak out of both sides of my mouth here. Why would the Cowboys, who used a 4th-round pick on Trey Lance, not put him in the game to see what he can do? That's just a question I have for everybody out there. Eddie Manyweather, where's your motherfucking ass out? Why would the Cowboys use a pick on Trey Lance and not ever play him? It makes absolute zero sense. Zero. But why do I get it? Because they know over there in that locker room and those coaches know that Cooper Rush is going to go like 7 or 8-1 as the starter, and they know he has that it factor. And they know Trey Lance doesn't. And they know they fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? you know you done fucked up, right? That's what they're saying over there in Cowboy Nation in that locker room with Jerry Jones. They know he's an absolute scrub. They know he's AR 5 times 2 minus 6. That's what they know. He didn't even play in the FCS his last season. They make him a first rounder, and then he gets shopped around because he's absolute garbage, and you wasted a pick. And then you just did the same thing on Trayvon Mingo or whatever his fucking name is. Who the fuck is Mingo? He sounds like a porn star. He sounds like he should be doing porn. He's fucking horrific. You should see one of these catches he had. He just fucking counted and fell out of bounds and hit his head. Like, do you have that video I sent you? Like, that's Mingo. All the Cowboy fans are like, thanks a lot for getting me this motherfucker. So, Barcavius Mingo. Who the fuck named you? I think
His name's Jonathan Mingo. Give me 30 seconds. I'll show you the
Barcavius Mingo. Get Keenan Kell on this motherfucker and start talking about all the names that are fucked up. Here's the thing. I like Rush. I think he's better. Will Rush win some games? Yes, he's going to win more games. And then he's going to be like 8-2 as a starter or 7-2 or something. And then everyone's going to... That's Barcavius Mingo. Jonathan Mingo's the guy they traded to the fucking Cowboys. Oh, homie. Listen, this is the kid, Jonathan Mingo, and he looks like Barcavius Mingo right here because his name looks fucked, because he looks fucking horrific. That's who you guys got for a 4th-round pick. Meanwhile, over in Kansas City, a winning organization got rid of a 5th-round pick and got fucking DeAndre Hopkins. Make it make sense, Cowboys. But why wouldn't you play him? Why wouldn't you play Trey Lance at least to see what he has? But they can't afford it because they have no room to lose, and they can't lose any games, even though they have the hardest fucking schedule stretch in football. And I'm telling you right now, Rush is going to beat the Eagles this weekend. That's how much of a lift he brings to that locker room. They are over Dak Prescott's overpaid, under-delivering ass. I'm just telling you, man. Energy matters. Energy matters. And energy that Cooper Rush brings. Now, listen, real quick. And I got another topic with John Gruden and something he's starting up that I find hilarious that I'm going to get in on with him on. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to say. Dak Prescott is paid $60 million. So you're not going to replace him with Cooper Rush, even if he's 8-1 as a starter. And all these people on social media are saying, oh, you should just start him and blah, blah, blah. They're not going to do it because of the money discrepancy. We get it. The problem is, don't act like it won't be a discussion, though. Don't act like it's not going to be a fucking real discussion if he is 7-2, 8-1, some shit like that. Now, rumors are that Dak may be done for the season this morning. We'll find out tomorrow from Dr. Jesse Morse, but I'm hearing that I told you, he has something going on with his hamstring, possibly tore something off the bone. He may be done for the year. If he's done for the year, then you're going to see full sample size of Cooper Rush and see what he actually can do. If Cooper Rush goes on a run and gets the Cowboys to the fucking playoffs and Dak's done for the year, then you're going to have a real fucking problem, Houston, and it's going to be in Dallas. And Jerry Jones is going to be fucking sitting here like scratching his head like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just do? I wasted all this money that I could have been spending on 21-year-old bitches to have kids out of wedlock with. That's what he's going to sit there and ask himself. Holy shit. Is what it is. John Gruden starting something up. Take a look at this shit. Great conversation piece. The FFCA. Go ahead.
When you
John.
get fired as a coach, it's not very good. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And what I realized was I wasn't alone. I had my brother, Jay, Shaun McVay. A lot of us had just been fired. So a lot of guys would come over to my house and we would watch film. And pretty soon my wife got sick of it. She says, get them out of my house and get all your stuff out of this house. We got too many game plans, practice schedules, out. I don't know where I'm supposed to do. I don't know where to go. So I rented this old building for about $750 a month. And I called it the Fire Football Coaches Association. And that's where we went. And pretty soon I needed to buy my own building because there's a lot of fired football coaches out there. And it's a place where coaches can go and study film. We can collaborate on different schemes, study personnel, you name it. And nobody even knows we're here. It's a great man cave. And I've turned this into one of the greatest places of all places.
This is the FFCA. This is the Fired Football Coaches Association.
You go when you get fired, traded, or trampled to death by coaching. Go and keep studying because I'm trying to get one more shot.
Is Mina Kimes there? Is she studying over there? Oh. I was going to see if Mina Kimes is starting to show up. Study cover 2 and nickel coverage and dime packages. But I guess not. John Gruden should coach again. The real one should coach again. We'll get Jay Gruden, John Gruden. We'll get some guys, maybe Mike Vrabel, Belichick, Pete Carroll, myself. Be a cool little lineup. Be a cool little lineup right there. That would be pretty good. Imagine the coaches that aren't coaching right now. There's coaches out here that aren't coaching that are so much better than the fucking guys coaching. How about that? Add up the Super Bowl rings that are in that room right now that aren't coaching. And add them up against the guys that are coaching. You know the common denominator? Do you know who's coaching and who's not? Everybody that would be in that room are alpha males. We all know we have 2 balls and a dick and that girls don't belong in the sport. All of us know that. We all know that girls shouldn't coach football. We all know that tampons shouldn't be in boys' bathrooms. And we all know that boys should not be playing girls in sports. We all know that in that motherfucking room right there. Contrary to belief, switching it over, then we head on over to, let's go down to Miami. Let's fly down to Miami and see who's coaching there. Oh, it's a guy that thinks tampons are legit for boys, wears tight, skinny jeans, and wants to talk about analytics. And plays super soft on the road in the cold and can't win on the road when it matters. He has a bunch of fucking shitbirds who he can't win with that everyone in that room right there would be fucking probably 8-1 with this Miami team right now. Just throwing that out there. Gruden, you imagine Gruden with that Miami team? Holy fuck! You imagine Carroll or Belichick with this Miami team? Holy fuck! But what do I know? Imagine me with that Miami team? Holy fuck! I'd cut about 16 cats right out the gate, but we'll get some regular boys that fucking do some work. They at least want to play hard. No, not with Skylar Thompson, because I would have fucking traded and got a fucking QB like Tannehill or somebody to just get me through the season. You don't think that the fucking Minshew's of the world could have got me through and won me 4 games? Flacco's of the world? Oh, my bad. I forgot it's actually happened. Cope 117. I want to know if you can give me your resume because I want to study it. Can I study your resume, Cope? Because I know you fucking have a legitimate one. I would love to know and send me your resume so we can discuss it together. Friendly. Have a real barbershop banter. Can I see your resume, please? I forgot. You don't have one because you're a fucking nobody. You're an absolute nobody. Cope 117. You're an absolute fucking nobody. You're probably some Dick Ryder fanboy who's here and you have no resume and you salivate over watching me yell at kids on Netflix. You've probably rubbed one out to it. You've probably rubbed one out to it. Let's get to our Korean co-cell legendary fearless co-host, the 3 knockdown rule co-host, our main man, encyclopedia himself, Steve Kim. Steve? We got you. Got your voice. I make sure I
what a great day. What a great day. Just America.
Isn't it? Isn't it great? Oh my God.
Hip hop hooray. Oh.
Hip hop hooray.
An American, where at least I know I'm free. And I got the life to me. And I proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
Can we?
And to all my Latino fellow Americans, thank you for standing up for the American ideal and not falling for the guilt trip. If other people need your vote, that's on them. And all I can say to you is, órale and wepa.
Hey, Hector, Ruben, Cisco, all you guys, shout out to all the real Mexicans. The Mexicans and what we call in the hood, Mexicans. All you guys are legit. Appreciate you. And
you know what's bad though, Coach? I don't want to go Van Jones.
Oh, don't go Van Jones on
Hold on.
Please
Hold
don't
on.
go Van Jones.
I was in Montebello at my office, the little Orange Bowl of East LA. And when I got to the 90640, I saw a bunch of hombritos getting rounded up by La Migra and ICE. And a little brown boy came up to me and said, Mr. Crouching Tiger, why is this happening to us? And I said, because Orange Man bad. Actually, none of it happened. Here's what happened. A bunch of Americans were living their lives. They seemed to be in a great mood, executing the American dream. In fact, they seem to be in a good mood too. So órale to Montebello.
Órale to
Rivera. Monterey Park.
East Los.
Oil Heights.
Oil Heights. Oil Heights. Órale. East Los.
Only in America.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I had 2 Mexican men, great men, show up yesterday at my house to deliver my new jacuzzi, Steve. I shit you not. And they're legitimate Mexican dudes, old school gangsters, you can tell. And the guy recognized me. And I walk out with my JB Trump shirt. And believe it or not, he has a Trump hat on and the other guy has a MAGA hat on. And they're 2 straight up essays.
Órale. Orale, carnal. That's
Orale, carnal.
Come on, dog. I'm seriously. I just love this. I mean, this is here's the thing that gets me now. The guilt trip on Latinos that vote in any way they want. It's not my business, not your business. But this whole notion of they let us down. No, they didn't. They lifted themselves up. They lifted themselves up. And even if they voted the other way, which I would say that's their right. I would never tell anyone else how to vote. I would say live with the consequences of your elections. Bottom line, and I told this to Whitlock. I went to Montebello High School. That school is about 90% Mexican. I didn't know a single illegal. So this whole notion, I love the people. They're going to deport y'all. Who's y'all? I know hundreds of Mexicans. I would surmise that I probably am around more Mexicans than anyone on this channel right now. I guarantee you, being in Montebello, East LA 5 days a week. Okay?
Mario
And
Lopez,
every business that I frequent in Montebello is owned by Mexicans. Although there is a Korean dry cleaner. Stereotype alert. But anyway, not a single one is illegal. But going back to my school, most of my friends that I've kept in touch with, either through Facebook, the one that you met at Super Bowl weekend, shout out to Hugo. Hope you're out there putting out fires for us. And my other friends that I still converse with. I would say a large majority, they may not be MAGA. They didn't vote Democratic. I'll tell you that much.
And look at who we kicking with at the house over here. You got your boys in JC, and I got my boys in Drew, and I got
Can't
Ruben.
forget Sanch, Henry Ramirez, all of them. Good people.
Henry Ramirez, Ruben and Cisco, and everybody that just seems like it's funny that they're all Mexicans.
Oh, and by the way,
wow.
Shout out to the Amish. You guys are fine Americans. I want to give a flag wave to y'all. I mean, you guys are old-fashioned people. I love the way you just drove your wagons over to the voting stations and you just said, let's park. Hey, horse, stay there. We'll be back in a couple hours. And you did the damn thing.
Hey, horse, stay there. We'll be back in a couple hours without ever showering, no electricity. And
now, hold on. They shower. They do bad.
Hey, I don't think so. Hey, I shit you not. The Amish are some of the most, they had to have been the ones that built the Noah's Ark, right?
They're good people. They're industrious. Come on.
I'm going to be honest with you. Across the street from Independence's facility in Kansas, our football facility, one day I go to sleep, 2, 3 in the morning. I wake up the next day, and there is a full block church being built that was completely done in over 6 hours. It was just about 6 hours. These guys came out in groves out of nowhere. I have no idea, but the Kansas Amish, Southeast Kansas Amish, shout out to you guys. You had to be the ones that built the Noah's Ark because they built the church overnight, Steve, and I'm not lying.
Yeah,
and they had no electricity. Steve. I don't know what
they
to
don't
do.
give a damn about no building codes. They're just doing the damn thing.
I mean, it's fucking a hand screwdriver, and they built the church. And I was like, holy shit, the Amish are serious people. And,
good people there. Good people. Good people in the Amish.
They are good people. Hey, Steve, real quick, what do you think was the tilt? I mean, California, I saw you made a great point because I had been saying it all day long with Weddle and Urlacher came on yesterday and MAGA. It was a good day.
I saw that. I saw that. You went all the way out there.
Hey, and I'm like, what do you think it was, though? Because I think they all said the same thing. We got tired of looking at America in the mirror. It wasn't that you got tired. We got tired of it. Americans said, screw it.
America looked in the mirror. Democratic Party does not have to look in the mirror. America did. And people, I'm sick and tired of people saying, you didn't vote in my interest. Right, because I'm going to vote in mine and not yours. Me and you can disagree on every issue. You can vote any way you want. You will never guilt me into voting your way. At the end of the day, whatever degeneracy or whatever faulty type of personal habits you have to deal with them. It is not my job, your job, or anyone else's job to bail you out. They're the most philosophically deep words I've heard in the last 10 years was from Curtis Schoon, one of the most intelligent, provocative human beings I've ever met. Love retweeting his stuff. And he said, there is no political solutions to cultural problems. So even Donald Trump, for as much as we might like him, he will not save you personally. Just keep that in mind.
Nah, none of them will. And like Ruben said on the boat yesterday, Ruben is a fine Mexican-American. that Steve kicks it with on Football Palooza.
Smallest center ever.
Small, yeah. Well, now we used to call him Porky. We used to call him Porky, Steve. He used to be 350, but
well, he went from heavyweight to featherweight.
Now he's got blood thinner and
downsized. Okay,
diabetes. He's got all kind of shit. He's just deteriorating in front of our very eyes here in the chat. But he jumps in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean, all the time. He's a trooper. But I gotta ask you, he was like, man, I ain't voting either. I'm like you. Ruben's in the chat. I'm not voting because in 48 years, Steve, to be honest, whoever's at president, our lives really, like you said, haven't really been affected or changed.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I just vote now out of principle. It's not even, and I like Donald Trump. He's really, really grown on me. I think he's a resilient son of a gun.
Well, that's no question. There's no question.
And I believe, and again, my priority is one thing. Are you pro-America? If you're pro-America, you're a Steve Kim type of guy. The other party, I just now vote anti-Democratic party. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not even the Democratic Party, though, Steve. It's not the Democratic Party that we grew up with.
No, they bought into this.
They totally make a left. Like even CNN, when they're going in there and saying what the Democrats have to do to get back on track, they got to get centered. When they say they got to be centered, that means to me, that's the original Democrat Party. At least they were here. They're so far out of this left field that they're not even a party anymore. I don't even.
No, I agree. And this is also, as I told Whitlock, this is a rebuke of the elite ruling class, whether it comes to media or celebrityhood. I hate to tell you, Confucius say how they campaign towards you is what they really think about you. So when they're bringing Megan the horse or Megan the pony, whatever her name is, and Cardi D, whatever her name is, that's what they think about you. So just keep that in mind.
Really you remember,
they'll never bring out a Thomas Sowell. They'll never bring out a Ben Carson. They'll never brought out the late great Walter E. Williams. Just keep that in mind.
Remember, she's known for WAP. That's her song.
Right.
And that's who we brought out there. And then she got her technology goes out and she turns into fucking, she can't even speak. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, that's what you want to represent your side. It's unbelievable, man. Let's dive into this female. Speaking of females real quick, Angel Reese is in the news. And I think you and Whitlock talked about it because Whitlock loves talking about WNBA for some unknown reason. I text Whitlock all the time, like, what are you doing? You're killing me with this. But listen to Angel Reese, and I want to get your take on this real quick because it's unbelievable. Here she is, Steve. I'm so disappointed in America. Some of you just couldn't selfishly put your pride aside, huh? Okay, now, if we go rewind to August, just a couple months ago, this is what she says. She said, I'm not educated enough to comment on Kamala Harris. So a month later, Steve, she's actually went to class and learned history lessons on the left and the right. And now she is educated enough to say she's disappointed in all of us good Americans.
Again, she used the word selfish as if to say we need to vote at the ballot, right, where we got our pen or whatever they do it, and say, God, what's good for Angel Reese? Really? Just think about that. Like, well, why'd you vote for this candidate? Well, I have my own problems, but God, I just kept thinking of Angel Reese. Really? See that? Let me just tell you, there's a lesson in life that I was taught years ago. You can either be envied or pitied. It is up to you which one you're going to be. Right there, that is a pity party.
You know what? It screams to me that no daddy. Where's the dad? You know why I asked that? Because any real dad would not let her asshole be exposed every day, walking around naked, and then claim victim to why I'm being sexualized. Number one. So then that happens. And then now we've got to feel sorry for you because Americans are not great at all because we are just horrible humans because we voted this way and we didn't vote your way, that you were uneducated enough to not even know how to vote a month ago.
She used the word selfish as again, this election here was a national guilt trip that did not work, thankfully. But she talked about my $8,000 a month rent is not paid by my one job. And again, I'm a capitalist. So if you can afford that, good for you. I hope you're living within your means. But if you have to start an OnlyFans, that's your problem. However, the person that cannot afford even $2,500 for one bedroom, working as hard as they can, they are not going to be thinking anything but selfishly, as they should. That's because I'm from the every man and the every fan, and she better start OnlyFans soon. I mean, honestly, she's not a serious person. She's incredibly naive. But to think that, well, you're not voting in my interest. You know what, though? That probably means you failed at life. That's your problem, not ours.
Man, it's just unbelievable. The people that vote for this is just, they're so young and ignorant that they think we have to have a woman in office because this is the time to have a woman in office. And it's like, no, it's not. China and Russia would run up.
Well, it's not the time to have that woman. So it's not even about this whole thing that it's a gender war. It's not. This is a fact about Miss Chameleon City Girl DA. She got less than 1% of the Democratic primary votes in 2019.
Vote of no confidence, Steve.
Dead last. Her approval rating, and again, this is not something that I came up with. This is a fact. Her approval rating as vice president was among the lowest ever. They had a palace coup of weekend at Biden's. They did not have a primary. They skipped 15 processes, and they spent, and yet they still had all of the media, the mainstream media, on their side.
They thought this was enough.
Right. They had the propaganda machine at their disposal, and they got thrashed. The American people, again, they looked in the mirror. And if you look at every battleground state, I think Trump won. There were areas, districts that flipped. Even in LA, look, we have a lot of work to do in California, which may never be fixed. The fact that we got Let Him Go Gascon out of there as the DA, I think is a significant step for our society.
California is getting very red. I'm just telling you.
Looking very blood.
You and I live here and know when we go out on the water, or if we go down to Huntington Beach, Orange County, go out to Hollywood in the Valley, it is red. And people don't want to talk about it in mainstream media. And why did Kamala get California with 0 votes, and they declared it on CNN, and there wasn't even a vote in yet?
Yeah, I mean, look, we kind of know where California is going, but look at that right there. So you're telling me every single one of those people that's red's racist? Really? Okay, that's what you're saying.
And you know what it is? You know what's crazy? That's what they say. Hey, look at all the rural areas. They're the only ones voting for Trump. Guess what?
Urban areas started switching. I'm telling you.
They mattered. I'm just throwing you out there. The country in the middle right there mattered, and it looks like a red country to me. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm just telling you. Hey, Angel Reese, you should go over to Brittany Griner's house right now, jump on a plane, and go to Russia and go kick it over there for a while.
And pack 10 packs of weed, please. It'll work out well for you.
Hash.
Yeah, or cocaine. You know, flat out do cocaine. Anyway, yeah, but this national guilt trip that they're trying to lay on my Latino brothers, nah, we're not doing that. They have every right to vote exactly the way they want. One of these days, I'll take you around Montebello. What you are going to see is the great American community. Great.
I love Montebello. I love the food. I used to go when I coached at ELAC, Steve. We'd go to Monterey Park, Montebello. We'd eat all over.
Hang out at the Hat, have a pastrami over there.
That's the original Hat, by the way.
Yeah, the original Hat. And then you go to Raphael's. I might go there later today. And then my favorite place, Fruit Revolution. This is a great place on Beverly Boulevard. It's about 2 blocks from my office. They have the best fruit smoothies. I mean, huge for like $7. And I'm like, wow, best company. And it's a Latin family. See the kids there, a couple relatives.
That's America.
They treat me great. I go, orale. They're like, hey, Chino. I was like, it's great. So again, you want to guilt those people.
That's America.
You want them to go against their own interests because you can't live your life right? Nah, Esther.
Hey, you know what's crazy too? They all want to say it's a man-woman thing. It's not sexism. I want women to be able to walk down the street and not get mugged, hit, robbed, and I'm sexist. That's just crazy to me. But you know, hey, Cisco's in the house. Ordonez used to be the shit.
Ordonez, there's an Ordonez right across the street from Quiet Cannon. That whole place over there. But I'm just telling you, when you go to Montebello, what you see is the great American community. It's great. I love it. Love being there.
What about this? I want to show you 2 different people in the sports world right now that are on different spectrums. First of all, there's a guy that coaches over in Golden State who's absolutely turned to be a joke. Take a listen to this real quick. Steve Kerr.
Well, I mean, I believe in democracy, and I think the American people have spoken and voted for Trump, and I want him to do well the next 4 years. I want our country to do well. So I'm just thankful that there wasn't any voting fraud this time. You know, it's,
this time.
I mean,
this time.
What? Who crossed the border and raped and murdered people, and then voted 6 times. That was unfortunate, but thankfully this time everything was clean. So it's great that every election has been really valid, except for that last one 4 years ago. So twinkle in my eye.
Now, hold on. Is that AI? Are we sure that's real?
That's real. That's real.
Because somehow 17 million less Democrats voted this time.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's crazy, huh? But it wasn't rigged. And by the way, they tried to rig this one too. Here's the crazy part. My dad told me years ago, that's why I still don't vote to this day. The Reagan-Carter was also taken. And no one wants to talk about that. The voting fraud has been happening for a long
Didn't Reagan win like 49 out of 50 states, I think? Or was it Reagan-Mondale? I mean, those were kind of
Reagan-Mondale too. Reagan-Mondale too, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Coach. So I'm kind of not watching a lot of the election because it's like whatever. I want a certain guy to win. I think everyone knows who. And I was just keeping track on certain YouTube channels, certain private chats that I'm on. I'm not watching mainstream news because, quite frankly, I don't want to be misinformed. But it looked like it was going one direction, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, the brakes started pumping, like what Urlacher said yesterday. Because last time a lot of people went to bed thinking it went one way, and then it ended up another. And I'm like,
Steve, he was up 700,000 in Pennsylvania, and then turned on the TV the morning of, and he's down 300,000, a million swing.
And then, like Urlacher, I said, okay, I'm not going to bed here. I'm not going to bed. And because it kept looking like Pennsylvania, which was so key. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, are we going to become Penn State at the goal line? Oh my God. And it just kept going. And I'm like, I was getting a little worried. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And when they finally announced it, though, I don't really drink from Monday through Friday, believe it or not.
Neither.
As soon as they said, okay, it's over, I popped open a bottle of wine. I'm not going to lie to you. One of the ones that Phil Trainee gave me. And I said, I'm going to have one glass. Problem was, Donald Trump took so long to come out to talk, I ended up having the whole bottle. So I was like, oh, geez, I'm going to have a tough time waking up. But I was like Urlacher. I was like, okay, my slanted eyes are not closing here. They're not closing. And it's great for America.
I think California is going to be a red state within 4 to 8 years.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, I think the change is in, man, because it's coming. Arizona's been red. Anybody that tells you it's blue is out of their mind. I go there all the time. Urlacher lives there. Pat Perez lives there. I haven't seen one Democrat ever in Arizona, and it continues to say it's close to being blue. I'm like, no, it's not.
By the way, you know what I love? I want to give a game ball. Can I go Asian Mike Tomlin? Game ball to Le'Veon Bell. I'm glad you could stay in America. I'm glad you're here. And Antonio Brown, great job. You know what? You made people rock the vote. So game ball to you. And also, Des Bryant.
Yeah.
Des, showing me something.
Yeah.
Des Bryant is coming out saying, oh, no. So there are more athletes coming out saying, yeah, I didn't go to a Diddy party. I can be honest here.
Hey, Steve. Urlacher, John Daly, Pat Perez, they've all reached out. They want to throw money in at me running for governor of this state.
Well, you know.
I mean,
what would your slogan be? We're not shitbirds. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, we got 3 different possibilities. So,
no bitch made cats. Yeah.
We could just call it BMKs.
Yeah, BMKs, you know.
No made-up humans allowed.
Oh my God. That'd be a tough that would be a tough agenda here in this country. But I'm just telling you, the people that are wagging the finger at those who did not vote a certain way, shame on you. Stop scapegoating them. If the Latino community feels a certain way, they have earned that right. And they have every right to vote as Americans.
Shout out to my brother in Long Beach. Cali's red. My brother in Long Beach saying that. Yeah, they are.
So And also, to all of you celebrity endorsers that took the money, shame on you because you are pushing a message while you live in a gated community. You cashed a big check to lead your own people down a primrose path.
Yep.
I'll just leave it at that.
And where are you at today? Are you in Bali hiding because you're on the Diddy list? I'm just curious. I'm just throwing
Where's D.L. Hughley? It's been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's LeBron?
It's down low, Hughley.
Oh, I know where LeBron is. He's 1-4 on the last road trip.
Oh, wow.
Hey, can we pump the brakes on the JJ Redick thing now, Stephen A? And everybody, when they started off 4-1 or 3-1, everybody said, "Oh, I told you he's the greatest coach ever." Have we pumped the brakes now? Can we stop anointing everybody so quickly like I've been telling you guys? But let me tell you something real quick, Steve. We saw Steve Kerr. Now look at this guy who's on the opposite side of the spectrum, who's also a big name in sports, in the Bosa crew. And take a listen to what Bosa had to say.
Could be fine for your hat. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I haven't got one yet, but if it comes, it comes.
Did you know that going in that could be a possibility?
Yeah. It was well worth it.
What American. What an American, Steve.
Can I just say something? If he gets fined, we need to set up a GoFundMe account to make sure he's able to make ends meet. We got to do that.
You know, it's crazy.
Got to come together.
Hey, the corporate Americas that support the NFL and the NBA, you know what's funny? The absolute hypocrisy of it all? They'll claim that these big-time corporations will tell you you can't promote from within. But they'll put BLM or LGBTQ all over their shit, and then that'll end, and then they'll say, okay, now we're back to being corporate Americans again. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're a joke.
Look, I think the issue is if the NFL fines Nick Bosa, I think there's a realization now, hold on, based on what we just saw on Tuesday, Nick Bosa is actually stating the majority opinion of this great country. That's the truth. So
no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, let's dive into some sports real quick. I want to ask you one thing real quick about I did a list. I wanted to redraft 2017. I thought it'd be fun for you. Patrick Mahomes would be an absolute nobody in Cleveland right now. I'm just throwing that out there. So that would have been the 2017 redraft, Steve Kim. And just looking through those names, a lot of good players to this day. But Patrick Mahomes to Cleveland, do you agree or disagree that he would be an absolute nobody? But shout out to his mom. His mom is a great American.
Well, you're right. Without Andy Reid and some of the parts he's had around him, and Cleveland seems to be a bit of a quarterback killer, the one player that would really translate to any team is Myles Garrett. Because what he does is good on any team.
McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey. But, look, where you go to matters. I mean, again, people forget Mahomes was drafted in the lower half of the first round, wasn't he?
He went where Trey Hendrickson went.
Yeah, so it's not like he was a top 5 pick. I think there was actually some debate. He was still at the tail end when people were not full-blown spread in the National Football League because there was a time for 20 years that if you played shotgun spread, run and shoot type of thing like Texas Tech, because they had a lot of productive quarterbacks like Cliff Kingsbury, B.J. Simons, and all those other guys that people said, well, that's a system. Well, now the system is spread. But you're right. Going to the Cleveland Browns generally is not going to be as good for you as being with Andy Reid. No doubt about that.
And by the way, Baker won a playoff game in Cleveland.
Yes, he did.
And we look at it, and that's what I think you would have got with Mahomes. You would have got maybe one playoff win here and there. Like this ain't you're not going to get what you're seeing right now. I'll tell you
and they had a Tyreek Hill, all-time great cornerback. Got some pretty tough running backs, had a good offensive line. And again, as you talked about, you get the offensive expertise of Andy Reid.
No doubt. And a pretty damn good D coordinator in Spagnuolo. I'm not throwing that out there too, but I want you to take a listen to this though. Deion Sanders addressing his team, and I wanted to get your take, and I wanted to give a take real quick. Go ahead, Bailey.
What I'm seeing right now is a playoff team. What I'm seeing right now is hard work, is dedication, determination. What I'm seeing right now is probably about 2 guys on each side of this ball. It's not going all out. And y'all need to check it. It's 9 that's got it. It's 9 that's going to get it. It's 9 that's preparing to win. Let's check that too. Great job thus far. Let's see if we can top that in the second half of practice, all right? Break it down on 6-6.
Steve, real quick, coaching and teaching are 2 completely different things. You have to be a great coach, you have to be a teacher first. And teaching is actually telling you what to do and then showing you how to do it. So I was a hands-on guy. I would show my QBs how to take the drop, take the snap, do the thing. Deion, with his health ailment in his foot, it's going to be hard for him to become the great coach, in my opinion, long-term, because he can't teach it no more and show it and show the greatness that he once was, one of the best players of all time. That is why I think it'll eventually fade away. You can't just talk and be the figurehead and just talk.
Coach,
hire good coaches, Steve, and you can get good players as the face and the figurehead. But eventually, I believe it'll bite you because you got to
but coach, aren't most head coaches about delegation? Isn't that leadership?
Yeah, but they're also showing the coach how to coach, though.
I'm with you. So, like, look, I get it. Deion can't play press coverage and backpedal and run a 4-3 anymore. But I think he's done a great job this year. I really do. They've become a workman-like program. They really have. They're just steadily and methodically winning every game they're supposed to. And they're not actually all that far out of the playoff picture, because if they have a couple of things happen, if BYU trips up, they might actually be in the Big 12 title game. And look, when you have Shedeur Sanders at that level and Travis Hunter and that speed outside, and let's face it, the Big 12 may not have a secondary good enough to deal with that. I believe that Deion is taking a more measured, mature approach to coaching this season, and it's working. But look, Coach, I see a lot of older guys who can't move anymore, but they still lead football teams. So I don't, I get it. He has 8 toes or whatever. I don't think that impacts his ability to lead or coach.
No, I don't believe it does. But eventually, coaching is teaching, and I don't know how long can he go. He can't even do home visits really because of his health.
Well, that's a different story though. That's the issue of player acquisition. And if you are going to compete at the upper level against Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State program, and you're not doing a home visit, you are putting yourself at a competitive disadvantage. No disagreement there.
Yeah, but I think he's done a great job. And listen, the league is not what you and I came out here prior to, in July and was like, yeah, this league's a lot better than we think. And then it's now worse than we thought.
I read something on Landry Football. There were like 4 or 5 teams that ended up getting first place votes. So a lot of people thought this was going to be a tough league. Those teams that have a combined record of like 4-15 in league play right now.
And then I would say loses.
Utah fell apart with the injury to Cam Rising. Kansas keeps losing close games. Oklahoma State, it's beginning to look like the end for Mike Gundy.
Oh, I thought it's been that way.
He's now mid-50s. He's a man on the way out, maybe. So those programs right there have been a buzzkill. But to the credit of Colorado, they have taken advantage of it. Still got to win games.
Yeah, you do. You got to win who's in front of you. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens. To your point the other day on Tuesday, the guy on the grassy knoll shot DJ Lagway, and the ambulance came in. They helicoptered him out. He died, and they resuscitated him. He is back, Steve, apparently. He's going to play. The generation of these kids are so goddamn soft. But anyway, what's your thoughts on that? And does he give them a shot this week?
Well, he gives them a better shot, but they're playing Texas, and I believe that game's in Austin. So do they have a shot? Look, they'll scrape. They'll scrap. Their defense is pretty good. I do wonder if Billy Napier was secure in his job and he knew, hey, I'm getting 5 years here to rebuild this. Would he then say to DJ, I'm not getting you hurt. Come back, in a couple weeks. Get ready for Florida State. Or is this a coach who's so desperate to show that, hey, we have DJ Lagway, but I got to win a few games here? See, that's what I'm wondering. Is Billy Napier doing what's right for him or the kid, or is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, it's a good point because the other kid's hurt also, and now you got to start looking at the head.
Oh, they have no quarterback, coach. They have They have a guy that came from like an Ivy League school. He's a third quarterback. I thought he played fairly well for what he was going up against, but that's a tough ask for that young man who will probably be working in Wall Street, making six figures. He will not be playing at the next level like DJ Lagway will. And he's also a step down from Graham Mertz. Now you're playing Texas, who is now in playoff mode, because basically every team now has to win every game and for a seeding. That's it.
Yeah. Are you on Whitlock after this?
Yeah, I'll be on Whitlock a little bit later. But so
Okay.
that's the thing. Look, if DJ Lagway is iffy, if you had a coach that was secure in his position, I think you could surmise that he'd be held out. But he looks like he's playing.
Yeah, no doubt. Real quick, tonight's game, real quick, I got to ask you a couple questions before we talk some college football before you get out of here. Tonight's game, it's a Thursday night AFC North showdown. Lamar Jackson's 9-2 versus Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has quietly been probably the best passer in football this season.
The last month, yes.
I think he's thrown 4 touchdowns 4 times. The only person in the NFL to do that. He is 4-5, and that's what they're going to continue to say. He is this. He is that. He owns Patrick Mahomes. He owns Josh Allen, but he does not own Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's 9-2 against him. Is this a must-win for Joe Burrow? This is kind of the month that Joe Burrow and the Bengals go on a hot streak and try to get back into playoff contention. But if they do win tonight and go on a run, will he be in the consideration for MVP?
He should be. Look, it's a must-win for the Bengals because they got to get back into this. Had a really slow start. Joe Burrow is starting to look like himself. But also the Ravens, for a team that I think is incredibly good, I think no worse than the second or third best team in the league. They already have 3 losses. So if you want to start to position yourselves to at least get one home playoff game, because it doesn't look like anyone can beat the Chiefs one way or the other. It's frustrating to watch. You got to this is a must-win for both teams for different reasons. If you're Baltimore, you have to get at least one home playoff game. But here's the issue. As much as I like Baltimore, that secondary, Ed Reed and Chris McAllister ain't walking through that door. They are vulnerable on the back end.
They made a trade yesterday for DB for the Rams too. So they made a trade to try to do that, but that's not the night to go against Burrow tonight.
Right. I don't.
You would be if you were a better Steve. You're going over 52 tonight.
I would, because I think Baltimore can hang 35 on anybody.
Yeah, and I think and by the way, the Bengals in their losses averaged 26 points.
Right.
So
I think this could be a 45-35 type of NFL game, which I might actually watch this one live.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully we'll have that. We'll actually have a good game on a Thursday night Amazon Prime. Real quick, bless you. I did my power rankings yesterday. So not our top 5 and bottom 5, but I did my power rankings yesterday. And that means to the current week 9 where I'm ranking guys. And I got the Steelers and the Commanders and the Chargers trying to creep in that top 5. Do you agree with that list, or would you take one of these guys out and put one of those guys in? I moved the Ravens back in after they lost to the Browns. I put them out because they did have 3 losses. I bumped in the Eagles now. They're on a little bit quietly kept. Jalen Hurts is starting to look pretty good, and that team's starting to look better. I don't trust Sirianni, though. The Bills 7-2, addition by subtraction without Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen looks like an MVP. And then the Chiefs stay undefeated, but the Lions are clearly playing better than anybody, in my opinion. Where are you at? Would you put someone else in there? I think we lost Steve. He's had some internet issues, so we'll see if he gets back in. Yeah, we lost him. He'll be back. We'll see what happens. Pull that back up real quick, Bailey, and I'll just show it. That's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask Steve where he's at with that, because at the end of the day, I'm curious if he'll put the Commanders, the Steelers, or the Chargers in there. The Chargers have top 3 defense in football right now, quietly as kept. Nobody's talking about them. But we'll see. We'll see if Steve comes back in. We'll get to that here in a minute. I think he's trying to get back in now. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. DJ Lagway gives him an opportunity, to Steve's point, but can he beat Texas? I doubt it. Texas on a mission. They got to win out, obviously. They got to win out to get back in the hunt. So we'll see what happens there. Let's talk about Urban Meyer real quick. Apparently, he has no concerns about Ohio State's ability to win the national title. He said the most physical team will win the national championship. And he said, I used to say to his players, my players, quote, the team that punches the hardest will win the national title. It's historic. I mean it. It's time tested. That's what happens. Ohio State, there were concerns. I don't have any more concerns. I saw what I saw. Can Ohio State win a national title? Is the question. Is Ryan Day a hands-on teacher and coach? I don't think they can. Listen, you can call me crazy. Urban Meyer, to me, is one of the top 5 coaches in college football history. I think he's right there with Saban. I think he's there with Pete Carroll. I think he's there with Bear Bryant. I think he's in the conversation as a top 5 college football coach of all time. So his word is bond. I would listen to what he has to say, no question. But I just don't agree with him on this. I don't think you can have hubcaps and put them on a Lamborghini. I'm not sold on their QB. I'm just not. I think Indiana can beat Ohio State. I think Indiana can beat Ohio State, to be honest. I truly do. Finney Baller, you can say I'm wrong all you want, but I know what is good and I know what's average. Will Howard just ain't the guy to get them into a national championship possibility. I really don't see it. That's just my take. Do I like her? I love Urban. I wish Urban would take the USC job tomorrow. I wish Urban would take the UCLA job tomorrow. I wish Urban would take an SEC job. I would love to see Urban at Oklahoma. I would love to see Urban at Auburn. I would love to see Urban back in Florida. But I don't think he goes backwards. I don't think he'll do that. Steve's trying to get back in right now, Bailey. He's back up, so he's starting over. His computer just bombed out. My shit it's crazy how you talk about politics a little bit, and my power went out yesterday. Steve Kim's shit just went down. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? We'll end the show with Steve Kim here when he gets back in. But I don't think Ohio State has the quarterback to win it. I really don't. See, at least in Dylan Gabriel and Oregon, who beat Ohio State, at least they have some explosion that they can come out with a quarterback who can get hot and win against anyone. I don't know if Will Howard can win against anyone. He already proved it against an Oregon team. He couldn't beat them. He can't, in my opinion, beat Georgia. He can't, in my opinion, beat a good Texas team that's actually got quarterback play as well. I think Texas is more talented from top to bottom when Ewers or Manning is at the top of their game. And quiet as kept, man, we're going to have to see, how does Indiana fare the rest of the way? Can Indiana beat Ohio State and really be in a consideration for a team that's serious in a national discussion? Because if Indiana runs the table and goes undefeated, what are you going to really say? Are they not going to be a odds-on favorite to run the table? If they go through an Ohio State team and a Michigan team, that's not as good, obviously, but they still play good defense. I'm curious to see if Indiana runs the table, what people are going to say and what the odds will be. We'll have to ask Jeff Nadu tomorrow on what the odds would be on Indiana if they run the table. I'm curious to see. It's going to be interesting. I just don't think Ohio State can win a national title. I don't. Steve Kim got shut back down, Bailey. He's trying to get back in. So he said he'll get back in here in a minute. He don't know what's going on with his shit. Real quick, there's a clip out there, and we've had this argument. Remember we did the racial draft? And in the racial draft, I had Nakua as a poly with the whites. You remember that whole argument we had. Great great video. Nakua has also said he could play in the NBA without any problems. And I think Cooper Kupp can also play in the NBA without any problems. I don't know anybody in the NBA who can come over and play in the NFL without any problems. Take a look to what Nakua had to say about playing in the NBA.
It would be so easy to transition from the NFL to the NBA, like night in like less than 3 months, coach. Probably like 3 to 6 months. I truly believe that I could transition to play a point guard or shooting guard for one of the 30 or 32 teams that are in the NBA.
So, are we 12th man on the bench? Or are we
No,
he's 7th man in the
to be
rotation?
honest, Matthew, like if we go to the Detroit Pistons, like if that's like if I know that's where I'm going, coach,
Depends on the team.
Yeah, you're gonna play me 15 minutes.
I got it.
Like if I go to the Lakers, like no, I'm gonna be the 15th man. Like when we go 72-9, like I'll play the last game of the season. Like, but other than that, like
You and Udonis Haslam will be sitting on the end of the bench.
Yeah,
and I'll be
just-
like, holy,
hey,
I didn't even know he was still playing.
a handshake. Let me get a handshake with LeBron, coach. I will be.
You specifically could do it, not in 3 to 6 months. But I do believe that you could, one day make it happen.
By the way, Cooper Kupp was a legitimate fucking hooper. I don't know if you guys know that. I know for a fact he was. And Nakua is a legitimate fucking hooper, knowing his whole family and everything and who coached him in football. He was unbelievable in basketball. They're both better than Bronny James right now. It's not even fucking close. They're both better than Bronny James right now. Let's just be honest. And listen, I have a disagreement in this whole Bronny James thing. Magic Johnson, stop talking. You inherited another championship with the Dodgers as partial owner or whatever. You now got your hand in the Washington Commanders. By the way, Trump said we're going to become the Washington Redskins again. That's what Trump said yesterday, if you didn't see that. But anyway, listen to this. Magic came out and told LeBron he should tell Bronny to go play in the G League solely and develop his game. Magic, shut the fuck up. Don't tell Bronny to go on and dribble the ball when your son juggles balls and you can't even control his ass. Stop giving parental advice, you fucking weirdo. Stop it. No, Magic's not right. Motherfucker, he can't control his own goddamn son. Shit. Ball juggling ass. Steve Kim's back. Let's bring him in, wrap the show up. You hear me?
About that, having some issues with the internet, but
hey, anytime you talk Trump. Yesterday I'm talking Trump midstream and my power goes out.
Interesting.
Yeah, yesterday. And then today do you think you're getting, we got tapped?
I'll be in Atlanta starting on Friday night, going to the Miami Georgia Tech game. It's a noon start. Good grief. Anyway, I get to watch the rest of the games. But quick, that'll be fun.
Let's end this real quick with some college takes. Real quick before you leave here, because I'm going to end the show right when you leave. I got to run and do all kind of errands. Let me ask you a question real quick before I ask you these scores. If Indiana runs the table and they just, let's be honest, they go undefeated, are they not odds-on favorites at the betting
They should be no worse than the 1 or 2 seed, which they will be. Look, I think they should be top 5 right now. If you took away that logo and you put on another logo of a SEC school or you put on the winged helmets of the Michigan Wolverines, right now they'd be 1 or 2. I'm just telling you, when you watch that team, they're a well-oiled machine with Curtis Rourke, Justice Ellison, good group of receivers. That team on a neutral field is going to give everybody hell. No doubt about it.
Let me ask you. Urban Meyer came out and made a statement and said, listen, the team that punches the hardest usually wins the national title. And I love Urban Meyer. I think he's a top 5 college coach of all time. but I just disagree with him with this team. I love the team and all that, but they couldn't beat Oregon because of the quarterback. How are they going to beat a good Texas team when the quarterback is playing well? A Georgia team, a Miami team that can score points. I don't think he can outscore anybody because he's hubcapped on a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a game manager. He's got a decent arm, but he does not have great arm talent. He's not C.J. Stroud. They played well against a very limited Penn State offense that has no threats outside. But look, if you watch that game, you'll see they're very good, though. They're very athletically inclined. If they had C.J. Stroud on this team, they'd score 70 points a game with Jeremiah Smith and Igbuka, two great running backs. But look, the one thing they did not – if they get one more injury on that offensive line, they're going to have some issues. They had to shift their guard out to tackle. I believe his name was Donovan Jackson, played a really strong game. But there's nobody that's truly unbeatable. Is there a 2001 Miami, 95 Nebraska, or 2019 LSU this season? Probably not.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's dive into your game right out the gate. Miami's at 4. You can argue that they're undefeated. They can be bumped ahead of a one-loss Georgia or not. You can argue where they are in the pecking order. Are you okay with their ranking?
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it yet. This is what Miami has to do to get into the playoffs. There's two things. Win the last 3 regular season games, and then you could probably afford a ACC title loss as long as you don't get blown out 50-6. Or if you do get tripped up in one of these last 3 games, you now have to win the ACC title game. So for all intents and purposes, Miami is now in playoff mode because the reality is, Coach, unlike other conferences, the ACC is not getting 3 or 4 teams in. And I love when Mario Cristobal was asked about, do you care about the playoff rankings when they came in on Tuesday? And Mario went, no, we're not going to pay attention to it. Good. There's so much football to be played. I don't even think you should worry about it till 3 weeks from now. That's just my view.
No doubt. Texas, Florida. Lagway plays, gives them a better chance, but I think Texas has to be in mission mode right now. They got to be on a mission to not only beat you, but beat you handily after the loss. They have to get back on the right track of things.
Got to get Ewers back. Got to get Quinn Ewers back where he's not doubting himself. So they should win that game. They should. Look, Florida's gotten better. But again, Texas is one of the top 5 teams in the country. They're playing at home. And they should win that game.
This game right here is very interesting. The spread keeps going down towards Ole Miss. It's -2.5 Georgia. Ole Miss, Georgia is a very intriguing one. Ole Miss hit a patch a bump in the road here, and then they started to seem like Jackson Dart put up ungodly numbers last week. Can they do that and keep this game tight with Georgia?
Yes, but I will say this to Lane Kiffin. Lane, in this game, you're playing a great Georgia defense. You got to take vertical shots. I see so many games where you face a great defense and these teams try to chip away. And I'm like, no, you can't chip away. You're not putting together 15-play drives against the great defense. You have to hit vertical shots. And last week, they found something with Jordan Watkins. Jackson Dart has to be given the ability to stretch the field because Georgia can, when they run downhill on you defensively, they absolutely suffocate you. And I get it. They have unbelievable players defensively like Jalen Walker, Nazir Stackhouse, Malachi Starks on the back end. But you have to be a little bit ballsy here and don't play for a low-scoring game. Try to hit them over the top early and often. That game's at Ole Miss. They have a shot. I think they have a legitimate shot, but Georgia is still Georgia. But Carson Beck's now a liability, Coach. Keeps throwing the ball to the wrong team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. I don't know about this pick'em yet. I have to get it with Jeff Nadu tomorrow. Indiana, Michigan. You see any issues?
Indy. Michigan has no shot. They have no offense. None. I think the Hoosiers are a really, really elite team this year.
I'm going to take a lock pick already. I'm going to give it tonight with Steve Kim right now to all you guys. Head on over to BetUS right now. Use my promo code CoachJB. Kansas will beat Iowa State.
They might. Iowa State won a lot of close games, some miraculous type of endings, and it came back to bite them last week. Kansas, I'm just telling you, they're like USC. They've lost 5 or 6 one-possession games. They could easily be about 6-2. But I'm not so sure Jalen Daniels is the same player he was before the injury. But I still like Lance Leipold, excellent football coach. I don't completely disagree with you. Kansas is not as bad as their record indicates.
Nah, they're not. I think
I
I would
want
say
LSU Bama. That game's in Death Valley. I might, as Ed Orgeron would say, go Tigers. Go Tigers. All right, LSU.
Yeah, there's not really any other game. Florida State probably don't have a shot against Notre Dame playing really well. LSU.
That game's a blowout. Notre Dame's going to murk them. 42-10.
In Death Valley, we're going to see what DeBoer's made of here. Can they get back and beat a good team? The other game that's interesting to me is Texas Tech, Colorado, and obviously, where are you at with that?
I like Colorado in a high-scoring shootout, like 48-38. Texas can move the ball, but I don't know if they have an answer for those wideouts led by Travis Hunter and Shepard and all those Horn.
Yeah.
Colorado at the Big 12, they're hard to stop because they have so much speed on the outside. They run the ball a little bit better, so I like the Buffaloes this week.
Hopefully they won bye week.
Yeah.
Hopefully they won bye week, and we'll see because if you'll see if they won bye week by their performance having a week off, and then Texas Tech goes and has off a high right now on an upset week. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Well, hey, Steve, enjoy Georgia, Atlanta, and that band, and they'll spark it up, and enjoy the friendly confines there, and hopefully you guys get it out of there again and without any ACC referee help. And we'll see you next week. And
See you next week, Coach.
All right, Steve, appreciate you. Shout out to Steve coming on, spending some time, and listen, man. I got to hit the wind. I got about 20 things to do, and appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow for Free Game Friday with Big Matt, Dr. Jesse Morse, Jeff Nadu, Shaun King. It'll be a loaded lineup tomorrow, so you won't just get me bored solo, but it is what it is. When you get me solo, you get the real JB, and I go at you soft motherfuckers. So appreciate you all. See you tomorrow for Free Game Friday. Pound that like, subscribe before and become a member. And I'm telling you right now, I have the Bengals tonight winning. Mark it down. Money line. Bengals tonight. Take it. And if I don't win, pimps fuck up. See you tomorrow for Free Game Friday, man. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We